Did you know there's a stretch of forest in northern Oregon where hunters disappear every winter, and the ones who return refuse to explain what they saw under the moon? In December 1992, the storm closed in, the wolves went silent, and a human girl crossed a boundary the deadliest pack alive had protected for centuries. And that night, forest decided someone had to die. The forest smelled of wet pine and raw earth. The moon hung low, a swollen silver disk, bathing the clearing in cold, unforgiving light. She ran before she could think, feet pounding against damp soil, lungs burning, hair plastered to her face. Every rustle of leaves behind her made her heart stutter. "You can't escape me," a voice rumbled. Not human, not fully. A growl threaded with amusement, power, and something far older than fear. She stumbled. There he was. Standing just beyond the trees, shadows draped over his lean, impossibly powerful frame. Eyes like molten amber. Every muscle coiled, ready to spring. The air vibrated around him. "You shouldn't be here," she said, voice shaking but defiant. "You shouldn't have come," he replied. The words were low, dangerous, laced with something feral. Then, almost as an afterthought, he added, "And yet, here you are." Her pulse spiked. Every instinct screamed to run. Every nerve begged her to stay. She wanted to hate him. To curse him. But heat roared along her spine like wildfire. He stepped closer. The ground trembled under him, or maybe it was her own heartbeat. She could smell him now, wild musk, pine, iron, a scent that made her body betray her mind. You feel it, don't you?
Don't you?
His voice was silk over steel. The pull. She swallowed. The pull wasn't just magnetic. It was dangerous. All-consuming. She could feel it in her blood, like the moon itself had pulled her heart into orbit around him. The forest trembled. A distant howl split the air. He tensed, head tilting, fangs catching the moonlight. His control was fraying, and she wanted to watch it break. "You're one of them," she whispered. Realization hit like lightning. A werewolf. "Yes," he said, voice dropping lower, rougher, darker. "I knew you shouldn't be able to stand here. Yet your scent called me. Your heartbeat, it demanded I find you."
You feel it.
Her knees weakened.
Don't you?
She didn't move. He circled her slowly, predator and hunter in perfect harmony. Every step was deliberate, teasing. Each glance a promise, a warning. "You shouldn't tempt me," she said, though the tremor in her voice betrayed her. "I am beyond temptation." He stopped just inches from her, heat radiating off him. "But you could make me break every rule I've lived by for centuries." The air snapped. The forest seemed to lean in. She felt it too, the storm in him, the chaos, the raw power pressing against the fragile human world she belonged to. Before she could react, he shifted. Bones cracked, muscles bulged, fur sprouted in a blur of shadow and silver. His human form dissolved into the wolf beneath the moon. She gasped. Not in fear. In awe. The wolf was magnificent, terrifying, beautiful. Amber eyes locked on hers, intelligence and hunger entwined. Every fiber of her being screamed to run. Every other screamed to submit. He crouched, low, wild. Then, impossibly, he shrank back into human form, his lips brushing hers before she could even think to protest. His mouth was hot, demanding, tasting, claiming. Her knees buckled. Chaos erupted. From the shadows came the pack, eyes like fire, teeth bared, bodies moving like liquid death through the trees. Their growls shook the air. He growled low, protective, possessive. "Stay behind me." She did. Not out of fear. Out of need. Because her body burned where his fingers brushed her wrist. Because the scent of him, the heat of him, made her forget caution entirely. A second howl split the night, closer, angrier, challenging. The alpha within him surged. His teeth bared. His voice became a roar that shook the forest. "This is mine. Her pulse raced, fear and desire colliding. He moved with the precision of predator and lover entwined, every motion a statement of dominance and devotion. Every glance, every brush of skin over skin, said what words couldn't. When he touched her, even briefly, sparks ran along her nerves, molten and alive. She leaned into him, not fully understanding why, only knowing she had to feel more. She needed more. The pack lunged. Claws and teeth and fur, a blur of silver and muscle. She froze, heart in her throat, but he circled her, defending, hunting, claiming, a storm contained around her fragile human body. And still, in the midst of chaos, desire burned. Fierce. Unrelenting. The kind of fire that would have melted lesser hearts. When he finally pulled her close, his human face inches from hers, eyes molten, hands firm, she realized it. This wasn't just survival. This was primal. This was dangerous love. This was heat and chaos stitched together. "You'll survive," he murmured, voice rough and intimate. "Because I can't live without you. And tonight, nothing else matters." She shivered. Not from cold. Not from fear. From knowing that every rule, every danger, every law of the pack had been broken for this. Click. Clack of claws on the forest floor faded, leaving only the pulse of their hearts, the scent of the wild, the heat of forbidden desire. The pack didn't retreat. They waited. A circle formed at the edge of the clearing, bodies low, eyes burning, jaws tight with restraint. This was not a hunt anymore. This was a judgment. He felt it before he heard it, the challenge rippling through the wolves like a held breath. "She's human," a voice growled from the dark. "She doesn't belong." His arm tightened around her waist. Not to hide her. To claim her. "She belongs to me." The words were not shouted. They didn't need to be. They landed heavy, final, the kind of declaration that rearranged power structures. Alpha words. She felt the shift immediately. The way the forest leaned toward him. The way the wolves stiffened. The way his body changed, subtle, controlled, but charged. He was holding himself back, and it was costing him blood and breath. "You don't know what you're choosing," she said quietly, eyes never leaving his. "I do," he answered. "That's why I'm choosing it." Another howl split the air, closer now. The rival alpha stepped forward, massive, scarred, dominance carved into every movement. His gaze slid over her like she was a weakness waiting to be exploited. "Humans die," the alpha said. "They break packs." "She won't," he replied. "Because I won't let her." The rival smiled. Not kindly. "Then prove it." The challenge was ancient. Brutal. No mercy. No witnesses outside the pack. If he lost, she would be taken, or killed, to restore balance. Her fingers curled into his shirt. "Don't," she whispered. "Not for me." He looked down at her, really looked, at the fear she wasn't hiding, at the fire she didn't know how to dim, at the way her heartbeat matched his even now. "Especially for you." He stepped away. The moment he did, the night exploded. Fur and muscle and motion collided, snapping jaws, tearing earth, power meeting power under the moon's merciless eye. She didn't scream. She couldn't. Every impact landed in her chest. Every growl vibrated through her bones. He fought like someone who had already decided there was nothing left to lose. When it ended, the forest was silent. The rival alpha lay still. Blood steamed on the ground. He turned back to her slowly, breathing hard, eyes still burning with the wolf that hadn't fully receded. He stopped a step away, like he was afraid of what he might do if he touched her too soon. "You should be terrified," he said. "I am," she replied. "Just not of you." Something broke in him then. Not violently. Quietly. The kind of break that changes everything. He reached for her, carefully, reverently, forehead resting against hers. Heat pulsed between them, unbearable and undeniable, a promise rather than an act. The bond snapped into place, invisible but absolute. The pack lowered their heads. Acceptance. You've bound yourself to chaos, he murmured. She lifted her chin. So have you. The moon climbed higher. The forest exhaled. And somewhere deep within the wild, something ancient smiled, because love like this was never safe. Only inevitable. The bond didn't soften him. It sharpened him. Back in the den, stone and firelight closed around them. The pack stayed away. This was not theirs to witness. Alpha law. Ancient law. You feel it, he said, voice low, stripped of pretense. The bond isn't symbolic. It rewrites instinct. She nodded. Her body already knew. Her pulse answered his before her mouth did. Every nerve felt tuned to him alone, like the world had narrowed to one frequency. If I lose control, he began. Then don't, she said, stepping closer. Brave. Reckless. Honest. Teach yourself with me. That was consent. That was challenge. That was fire. He touched her like a man holding a storm behind his ribs, slow, deliberate, reverent. Every brush carried heat, restraint vibrating under skin. His breath hitched when her fingers traced the scars on his chest, proof of battle survived, rules obeyed. You're still afraid, he murmured. Yes, she said. But I'm not leaving. The wolf surged. Not outward. Inward. Controlled. Claimed. Outside, the moon reached its peak. Inside, something older than hunger settled, recognition. By dawn, the forest would whisper a new truth. The alpha had chosen a human. The pack had survived it. The balance had shifted. Not toward peace. Toward something far more dangerous. Because love like this didn't end wars. It started them. The betrayal didn't come from the pack. It came from her. Not from malice. From fear. At dawn, while he slept, finally human, finally vulnerable, she left the den. She told herself it was temporary. Just answers. Just truth. She told herself love would wait. It didn't. The hunters had been tracking the pack for weeks. Silver traps. Blood sigils. Old knowledge dressed in modern weapons. They smelled her humanity like a wound. When she led them back, she didn't realize she was being followed. By him. The moment the first silver shot split the trees, the bond screamed. Pain ripped through his chest. Not from the bullet that grazed his shoulder, but from understanding. You brought them. He didn't shift. He ran straight into gunfire, rage held together by love so violent it bordered on madness. Wolves fell. Hunters screamed. The forest burned with chaos. She stood frozen, horror dawning too late. Stop, she cried, stepping between him and the raised rifles. You want him, you go through me. The alpha hesitated. The hunters didn't. He moved faster than thought. Faster than betrayal deserved. He shielded her with his body, silver tearing skin, blood soaking earth. You chose them, he growled, breath ragged, eyes still burning only for her. Tears streaked her face. I chose you. I just chose wrong. The bond held. That was the curse. Even wounded. Even betrayed. He couldn't let her die. When the forest finally went quiet, the hunters gone, the pack broken but breathing, he stood before her, bloodied, furious, alive. Love doesn't excuse this, he said. I know, she whispered. But it explains why I can't kill you. He turned away. Not to leave. To survive what loving her would cost. Behind him, she sank to her knees, realizing the truth at last. Being chosen by a monster wasn't the danger. Being loved by one was. He knew. Before the blood moon, He found the map in her hands. Hunter routes. Silver caches. The strike time. She wasn't running to them. She was selling herself to delay them. She saw him watching. Didn't explain. Let him believe it. At the clearing, the hunters smiled because the trap worked. They fired because the alpha didn't stop them. Silver took her heart. He arrived late by choice. I chose you, she said, dying. I know, he replied. He let her die anyway. Because an alpha who spares a traitor looks weak. Because a pack that doubts its leader fractures. Because love is replaceable. Authority is not. He left her body unclaimed. That night, the forest survived. Years later, the truth surfaced. A hunter bragged. The delay saved the pack. The map was hers. The sacrifice was intentional. The alpha heard. He didn't deny it. He never shifted again. Not from grief. From control. And that's the story the wolves never tell. She didn't betray him. He chose power and called it justice. This is where insiders subscribe to the channel, like and comment to support the Werewolf family.